Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Nurin. My name is Nur Amarin Damia binti Sharudin. My matric number is 197225. This is my presentation for my past project. The school that I went for this course is SMK Jalan 4 Bandar Baru Bani, situated in Selangor. So, this is the table of contents of what I'm going to talk about today. School background, observation in classroom, reflection on core curricular activity in school, reflection on work and school culture, conclusion. School background. Okay, the first part of school background is school history. SMK Jalan 4 is known as JAS, Jalan 4 Secondary School, and this school it was established on 6 January 2003. Mission and vision of the school. For the mission, developing individuals' potential through quality education. As vision, for the vision, excel school, create excellent generation. This is the school location from the Google Map. School infrastructure, they have 4 main blocks. This is the floor plan of the school. Dataran Ibn Sina is where they had the assembly. School infrastructure, a lot of facilities in school. Uh, the facilities that related to my field is English room, APD room, and computer lab. School environment, clean, conducive, colorful mural. IT school has a lot of religious activities, various exciting performance for special event. Classroom environment, 21st century, 21st century class, 21st century classroom, collaborative learning, every class equipped with LCD, motivation wall, IT maps, books corner. So moving on to the next part, observation in classroom activity. For teaching and learning activities, I observe, read a text out loud. So there are a lot of strength in this activity. The first one is develop student communication skill. The teacher can observe students' pronunciation, express student vocabulary. There are a few witnesses. It will require a lot of time, low student retention. So from my perspective as future teacher, this activity is very good for the teacher to monitor the student, how the student pronounce certain words, and how to manage their time to comprehend the long text within certain period of time. So next is teaching aids. I observe the teaching aids is Chromebook. The strength of Chromebook is implementation of technology in the classroom and gain student interest with visual aids such as videos, slide presentation, um, posters, games, and many more. Better learning experience for the student. There are a few weaknesses, require some money, time consuming, and technical problem. Sometimes the teacher will face a technical problem and the the learning lesson will not go smoothly if they use Chromebook. So next, teaching materials. So the teaching material that I observe is textbook. Uh, there are a lot of advantages using textbook. The first one is following the syllabus, and it has a variety of topics. Not only that, this new version of textbook has a colorful. Uh, it is very colorful, has updated information. Unlike the old version, they are in black and white. So this textbook is better than before, and the teacher will not burden the student with other books. So the student will not waste any money to buy another book to learn English. So there are a few weaknesses. The information is too restricted, not enough exercises. So I think from my perspective, using textbook is a good a good thing because they focus on 4 aspects in English, such as reading, writing, listening, and speaking. But the thing is, when we want the best for our student, um, this book do not provide enough exercises. So the teacher need to take initiative to provide more exercises for the student to prepare for examination. So next is pedagogical practices, collaborative learning among students. So there are many strengths of collaborative learning among students. The first one is enhance critical and creative thinking mind among students, improve social interaction and support diversity, development of oral communication skill. Weaknesses, some students might be slack off, not everyone can work as a group. Okay, for this pedagogical practice, um, as what I observe, this is a very good, good pedagogy for the teacher to use, because it focus on student centered, and the student will do a lot of activities on their own, and the teacher will be the one that monitor. And also when doing this kind of pedagogy practice, the student will be able to talk more, and they will boost their confidence in talking in English, and they also can improve their group work. So moving on to the lesson plan preparation. As future English teacher, I believe that, oops, sorry. As future English teacher, I believe that lesson plan is very important because it helps the teacher to maintain the standard of teaching pattern. I found many strengths of doing lesson plan. The first one is a guidance for the teacher in the class, and the teacher will be able to finish a particular lesson in limited time frame. It will help the teacher to evaluate her teaching and compare it to the set of objectives. For the weaknesses, lack of flexibility in lesson planning, the teaching process become more complicated. Um, in my opinion, if the teacher depend too much on the lesson plan, they will become more stressful because sometimes what are the things on the lesson plan will not be implemented in the class easily. So the teacher need to be more flexible and more open while doing the lesson plan. So I'm going to talk about the implementation of higher order thinking skill. Since the government says that they want to produce a new generation with higher order thinking skill, so it will be a good thing for the teacher to implement this this kind of hot question in daily class. So the strength of doing hot question is train the student to think creatively, create highly educated student, enhance student ability of independent thinking, prepare the student for higher education. The weaknesses that I found is the student are not confident to answer, and sometimes the student are not trained enough to familiar with hot question. From what I observed during my pulse, I can see that the students are too shy, not too shy, sorry, are too shy to share their answer to the teacher because they are afraid of doing mistake. So actually, doing a lot of hot question can train the student to think outside of the box, and it will make the student to be independent, to be more confident with their answers, not not only use the answer that provided on textbook, provided by the teacher and so on. So implement HOTS in the classroom is really good for the student to prepare, especially for the ones that want, especially for those who will take the national examination. Okay, I'm going to talk now. I'm going to talk about reflection on co-curricular activity in school. Okay, during my pulse, the English club society is cancelled, so I couldn't join the club. But then I choose this club because I wanted to join a club that is related to the language. So I joined this Japanese club society. Okay, this is the picture of the student and me doing origami. So the process of conducting the activity, first of all, we distribute colored paper to all students, give out the instruction to the student, and the student can choose their own book and start to make their own origami. And then we collect the origami and show it to the whole class. Uh, and also we pick the best origami maker by voting, give the special prizes to the winner, and before the club ends, the student needs to sign attendance. So strength of origami activity, improve fine motor skills and brain development, develop imagination and a sense of color. Weaknesses of an origami activity, it can take a lot of time to create one origami because not all students are expert in making origami. Students tend to get bored easier because some students are not interested of making origami. The importance of co-curricular activities to teaching professionalism. The teacher are able to observe student behavior outside of classroom because since in one class we have the teacher will get around 30 to 40 student in one class, so it really hard to get to know the student one by one in the class. So through co-curricular activity, the teacher can observe the student more by many platform. So next, the second one is the help the help the teachers to be more productive other than doing academic works. Since the teacher come come from different backgrounds, so maybe some of the teacher has other expertise such as sport, dancing, singing. So this is the time where the teacher can be a good mentor to the students. So the third one is the teachers can motivate the student to show their potential. So the teacher can, while conducting co-curricular activities, uh, the students are able to show their potential, and this is the time where teacher play an important role to motivate the student to do better so that they can achieve higher higher level of what they are doing. So next is reflection on school and work culture. Okay, school culture. The first one is school assembly. The strength of school assembly is to motivate the student to excel in academic, sport, and more. Help to develop core values. Witness students are not paying attention. Sorry. Suggestion for the improvement. Uh, the teacher can make the speech more interesting, do some games before the assembly. The second school culture is extra classes on Monday and Tuesday. For the strength, this is a very good culture because it can maintain student academic performance, and the student and the teacher will do extra exercises to prepare for examination day. For the witness, student can try. No, no, sorry. For the witness, I noticed that students try to escape the classes because they want to go home early, and the school will overwork the teachers. Suggestion for improvement: the school can make sure the students who do not come to class receive punishment. Try to make the class more interesting. So the next school culture is salam kasih. Okay, for salam kasih, I think this is very new and not all the school has salam kasih. So I'm really excited to know about this. Okay, the strength of the salam kasih is to develop good values to the student, show respect to the student and staff in action. The witness student who are not doing salam kasih will consider rude. Suggestion for improvement, maybe the teacher can use the same method to grade the student. For work culture, I noticed this school has a very good working environment. So I think the reason behind this because they have a very strong work culture. The first work culture that I noticed is teamwork. The strength is to help one another to create better teaching skill and content. Witness, some teachers prefer to work on their own and some are not compatible. And the second one is excellent time management. Strength, teachers are showing good example by arriving class on time. This is a very good behavior of the teacher because um, I can observe that uh, before the class start, the teacher for the next class already arrive on time, so they will not waste any time for their student. And for the witness, the teacher can be overworked because I think some teacher uh, take this culture seriously. So when they do some mistake, they will feel stressful. Implementation of school and work culture. For school culture, daily morning assembly. The school will hold 20 minutes morning assembly. All the teacher will also be there, giving important announcement. And for work culture, the school managed to organize teachers' bonding day twice in a month. On Saturday, the teacher will gather to do some activities such as cooking, planting, sewing, and so on. So next is the importance of school culture and work culture. The first one is to contribute to greater school success. Teachers and students have a greater incentive to strive for their maximum potential, produce dedicated teacher and student. So I have come to the conclusion part. So this is my pulse summaries, real situation in school, flexible. The teacher need to be flexible because not everything is academic based. I think the teaching profession is really hard job. So you need to have passion to continue in teaching profession. A valuable experience because it pulse help me to visualize my experience in micro teaching into reality. Suggestion for improvement: do not overwork the student and teachers with unnecessary work. Collect feedback from the student to evaluate the teaching skill. Teachers must be involved in defining the standard of excellence for both student and for their teaching profession. So to conclude everything, past experience really helps me to explain the actual situation in school. I was exposed to the student, the teacher, the syllabus and the curriculum and many more about the school. And also a good thing about Pulse is that I receive some good advices from experienced teacher on how to manage the classroom, how to manage student behaviors, how to improve on my teaching skill, how to do the lesson plan, how to teach grammar, how to teach writing, how to actually implement HOTS in the school, and how to manage my stress level when I'm in school. So overall, it is a great experience for me to actually prepare for my practicum year. So that's all from me. Thank you.